Hello everyone, this is Garrett and this is Serious Sam, the Second Encounter. Sequel to Serious Sam, the First Encounter, and in fact a very different game from Serious Sam 2. And this game originally did not support widescreen, which makes this look a bit weird.
Sam, I am.
But just pretend it says the Second Encounter in the bottom there. As we get started. I'm probably going to be repeating a lot of the things I said during my playthrough of Serious Sam the First Encounter. This is probably my favorite game, really. Like, this is probably one of the games I played more than any of the other ones, but I'm going to be playing it on Mental, and just quickly going to go over the difficulty settings here. Normally, on basically every difficulty, you start off with 100 health. The only different one is Tourist, where you start off with 200. And you have a maximum of 300 health, whereas with the other difficulties you have a maximum of 200 health. On Tourist, you can't take damage from your own missiles. You regenerate health the moment you go under 200 health, and you can carry twice as much ammo compared to Easy, Normal, Hard, and Mental. You can actually carry twice as much ammo on Serious as well, except that you actually need it on Serious difficulty, and on Tourist you really don't. Easy is closer to normal, except you still can't damage yourself with your own rockets, so very nice to get started on if you're scared of rockets, I guess. Normal things deal a little bit more damage than easy, and you can take damage from your own rockets, so you gotta be a little bit more careful. Hard is just a little bit harder than normal, really. It's not too much harder, but there's a little difference there. And Serious, like I said, compared to Tourist, you have the same amount of ammo. Every ammo box gives twice as much ammo, and your maximum ammo is twice as high as well. Just a bunch of differences when it comes to enemy spawns. There's just a lot of enemy spawns which are a lot nastier than all the other difficulties. And then there's Mental, which is the one which I'm going to be playing, which is essentially the same as Hard difficulty, actually, except that the enemies are invisible half the time, and I believe you unlock it by beating the game on Serious difficulty. I'm not sure if it actually needs to be on Serious, but you can unlock it by finishing the game in multiplayer. So if you just create a multiplayer server for yourself and then just start on the last level, beat that on Serious, and you will have Mental difficulty unlocked. It's actually really easy to do on multiplayer, because if you die there, you just respawn, so it really doesn't matter. But I'm playing single player, we don't get to respawn, and we get to watch the exciting little intro that starts at this game. Once upon a time, early in the 22nd century, Earth was under a severe attack from Mental's minions, and humankind was about to vanish. Sam Serious Stone, world's bravest hero, was sent back in time to change the past and save humankind from total annihilation. Showing the intro of Serious Sam the First Encounter over here, which I believe is actually a slightly different building compared to the first game. What are you going to do? Using the ancient artifact called the Time Lock, left on Earth by an ancient alien race, Sam was teleported into the Deir el-Bahri. This was a great temple built by the female Egyptian ruler, Hatshepsut. But yeah, there's like a few doors seemingly missing on the bottom floor here, but it really doesn't matter, does it? Wandering through the whole land of Egypt, Sam discovered traces of the Syrian civilization, the one that left a time lock artifact behind. He found out about their spaceship hidden somewhere inside the solar system. Of course, Mental was restless. It sent its evil servant into ancient Egypt to make Sam's life miserable. But serious as ever, Sam knew how to treat evildoers. Look at this awesome picture where he is treating evildoers by standing and posing in front of them. Most devious. He cleared his way all the way to the Great Pyramid. And this is basically the end of the first game, so if you don't want story spoilers, then I guess you shouldn't watch this. What are you gonna do? And there was Mighty Alexander III, vicious warlock and one of Mental's toughest servants, who stood in Sam's way. But I guess if you don't want spoilers for the first game, you probably shouldn't be watching videos of the second game. It seems a bit silly, really. Yeah, here's the final boss of the first game, getting destroyed, because standing in Sam's way is not a smart thing to do. And he disappears. After a glorious battle, Sam defeated this giant. and then decided to stand in the same laser which killed the giant in the first place, but for some reason it teleported himself onto the spaceship. Because yes. And thus we go. And now, even. Serious Sam goes to Sirius. Which I believe was Mental's planet. Basically the story is there's an evil guy who sent aliens to Earth. Or does he? And his name is Mental and you have to kill him, and that's just pretty much the entire story in a nutshell. So, there's also an HD remake of this game, which is actually really, really good. Like, they did a really good job on that, but doesn't actually have that intro for some reason. I believe they said something about it being too cartoony, and Serious Sam 2, which is not this game, but is a different game, wasn't received very well, because it was quite cartoony as well, and people were somewhat against it. Another thing to say about that intro is that it has a secret area which you can't actually access, which is nice because it's not actually the only secret in the game which we're unable to access at all, so yeah, kind of unfortunate there. But it is in fact, for as far as I know, completely impossible to end the game with every secret that you in the status screen. They actually fixed that in the HD remake as well, and they added a whole bunch of extra secrets as well in that game, and every now and then I'll probably be talking about it. But for now, we just start off the game by sinking downwards. You actually swim down and up a lot quicker if you're holding the crouch button while going down and the jump button while going up. And if you don't do that, you're probably going to lose some health by drowning a bit, but we want that rocket launcher because rocket launchers are cool. Here's a secret armor. Here's a non-secret gun. I'm not sure what makes one secret and what makes the other not secret, but hey. There's a phone booth there, and we can use it with the right mouse button, which is the default use button. I think F works as well, or like backslash it. Like it has weird button combinations, but just right click it.
Hello, operator. Give me Las Vegas.
Hello?
Blondie, is it you?
No, it's Jones.
Ah, when will he come?
He will come when he's done, boy.
Done with what? I've been waiting forever for him to show up.
And as this game is about 10 years old, this was still around the time when they made Duke Nukem Forever jokes. And that was one of them. But more importantly, now that we have made our phone call and made all of our little secret trips over here and there, we go to the chainsaw, which is a weapon they added in this game. And
I'm a lumberjack.
if you're playing the HD remake, you're actually going to want to cut down a whole bunch of trees, because for every 3 trees you cut down, first it spawns a weapon, and then for the next 3 it spawns some ammo, and for the next 3 after that it spawns some more ammo, and those are 3 secret items which you can't actually get in this version of the game. And they make the game a bit easier. It's quite a bit nicer. But as you can see, the enemies are invisible half the time, and this is one of the few places where using the chainsaw is actually a good idea, because it's not really great, because you have to be pretty close to enemies. There's a red guy, headless dude who shoots a whole bunch of bullets. There's red ones and purple ones. The red ones shoot 5 bullets at a time, and the purple ones shoot 1 bullet. Now you can actually kill these guys with a knife by just swinging once, which I kind of prefer the knife, but the chainsaw is just, it's a chainsaw, and the chainsaw is a lot cooler, so any chance I get to use the chainsaw where it's actually safe, I'm probably going to be doing it, because chainsaws are neat, and The game just doesn't really have many safe places of using it. There's another one of these guys. First time we get to use our shotgun. Don't really want to be using our shotgun too much right now because the chainsaw saws through those guys pretty well. Whereas the shotgun, it takes 2 shots to kill those big dudes with the single eyeball. They call them NARs. I'll probably call them NARs from now on. And there's these guys, which I guess I should be talking about as well, because they're headless kamikazes, which are pretty much the most famous enemy from the game, for as far as I can tell. Pretty much everyone who's played this game knows about these guys, but just make sure they don't get close to you, because they hurt a lot. They hurt so much. It's quite unpleasant when they actually hit you. And speaking of enemies which are quite unpleasant when they hit you, there are clear skeletons, which make kind of horse-like noises as they're coming towards you. And they throw balls and chains towards you, which deal a fair amount of damage, but they also can lunge at you, which deals about 40 damage if you don't have armor. And as you can probably imagine, 40 damage is quite a lot. 40 damage is really, really bad, so preferably, you just want to make them stay out of your way as much as possible. And yeah, just shoot them for now. We have a pistol, and it deals quite well with these little annoying little bastards. And I like saying the word little a lot. But as we move forward, we should be hearing a bull come along. Here we go. Again, just shoot it. You can be fancy and hit him with the knife. I quite like to use the chainsaw. Kill him off with the shotgun there. And that spawns the doorman, who shoots green balls. I've actually forgotten his name. It's like a reptiloid or something. But you can just shoot his projectiles out of the air. And preferably I wouldn't have walked this far forward, because now I made that guy come towards me, who is a pumpkin-headed dude with a chainsaw, who functions pretty much the same as a bull, really. They just run towards you and try to hit you. Bulls are a lot quicker, I think, but I'm pretty sure those guys still run faster than you can run, so it's something to be careful of. Now, if you're playing the HD remake, the trees you cut down should have shown a little cutscene where the gun spawned, which is in fact right in front of this door here. It should have spawned like a Tommy gun here-ish, and then there's a box of ammo here and a box of ammo there. And if you pick up the right box of ammo, everything's good. And if you pick up the Tommy gun, everything's good. But if you pick up the left box of ammo, a dude will spawn over there, and he's big and orange, and you really don't get much out of picking up the left ammo box other than spawning him. So preferably you just don't pick it up at all. But if you do really, really want to spawn that guy, I would recommend actually first going over here, because right now we only have 5 rockets, 10 if you're playing on Serious. And I think you actually have, it's like 16 or something if you're playing on the HD remake, because I think you get 8 rockets instead of 5 every time you pick up a rocket. And yeah, that's just a very minor change they made for the HD remake compared to this game. But we're in the Secret Hall of Fame after shooting that wall and killing all those guys who killed in the crate explosion. And yeah, let's just wait. Let's see what goes on over here. And even though this guy isn't really an enemy, he still blinks. Every character just blinks like this on mental difficulty, which is a little bit annoying, but it's something you're gonna have to live with, I'm afraid. Mental difficulty. It's different. And it wasn't until the HD remake, which subtitled that entire thing, where I could actually tell what the hell he was talking about, because he talks with such a great voice at such a high pace as well, and it's wonderful. Now, if I wasn't playing on Mental, you'd actually see him die, but sadly, every enemy that you kill in Mental just instantly disappears, so sorry about that. Anyway, Hall of Fame. These might be the people that made the game, most likely, in fact. And it plays this wonderful song, which I'm not actually sure if this is the only place in the game where you can hear it, but it probably is. And it has a bunch of lighting and a disco ball, which looks a bit odd. And yeah, worth it for the music, really. Let's just go though, because that's really all there is. We mostly just came here for the rockets. We have 24 right now. If you're playing on serious, you'd have about 40 or something crazy like that, which is good, because the following sequence is actually quite different in serious difficulty as well. But we're playing on mental, so we're just gonna walk towards these crates. Just a minute.
I hate crates.
He hates crates. Which may have crashed into us earlier in the game. And there's another 5 rockets over here. And the thing about those 5 rockets is that they spawn a couple of enemies. And on this difficulty, that's not so bad because, well, there we go. There's one. And it just spawns these guys. And as long as you just make sure they don't come close to you, you really don't have anything to worry about. You just make sure that you stay here for a while because they do keep coming for a small period of time, and you don't want to run in there and have them spawn on your face. Now, the thing about serious difficulty is, I think that's it. Yeah, it is. The thing about serious difficulty is those guys are replaced with clear skeletons, which, yeah, they have considerably more health. So at that point, you're pretty much just better off using rockets. I think you still have the same amount of enemy spawns. So 9 rockets should take care of it, and technically you'll have a 1 rocket gain out of all of it, but it's scary because those guys hurt a lot. Now again, if you are playing the HD remake, I would recommend this would be a good point to pick up that left ammo box right here, and then you can just shoot that guy who spawns over there with like, I think it's like 20 rockets or something crazy like that. And afterwards you can just make your way forward. You can actually probably just keep him alive as well, but it comes with the risk that there's a giant orange guy over there who's throwing fireballs at you every now and then, and it's rather unpleasant, really.